Pacific Northwest. This includes Oregon and Washington and back down to Oregon, and we hope you enjoy this video.
Hey, if you're new to our channel, we are Two Rebels Off Grid. The Rebels are actually referring to our dogs, and we're in the process of moving from the Denver metro area to our off-grid property in southeast Arizona. And we're going to be homesteading, but before we do all that, we have to sell our house, and we hit the road in our trailer just to have some time off and play a little bit and do a lot of hiking with the dogs before we get going on our homestead property. So far this is what we've been in here in Oregon. We've only been about a half hour over the border, but it's been really rainy. It's getting all the red dust off the car, the camper, or the trailer, and getting all the bugs off. So we're going through the little downtown part of Sisters, Oregon, which is right outside of Bend. It's kind of their little old historic area. It's pretty cute. It's cold here though. It's only 52 degrees. Well, we just went through Bend, Oregon, and stopped at PetSmart to get the dogs some food and a couple of treats, and we're back on the highway. It's not as bad of weather today, but it's definitely still windy. The trees are getting bigger. It's pretty. Snow. Makes all those trees vulnerable where they've done all that tree cutting.
Meanwhile, while we were on vacation, we found a local man with a tractor, and we'll put his links in the description. But he came in and put in our driveway, about a quarter mile of driveway, and he leveled out the place where we plan on having our house at. So that's good to know. It was something that could be done.
Listening and taking action following that lap. Now we're going through Portland, and there's lots of homeless little encampments. I guess they can just pretty much camp wherever they want.
Is that the 10 stone? Is a 40-pound difference? It doesn't seem understanding too much. I understand the power. So here's the thing. She apologized for something that I couldn't care less about.
So we did it. We ordered Starlink on our journey through Utah. We put in an order for this Starlink to have it delivered at her mother's house, so that when we got here in Washington, we'd be able to pick it up, so we'd have internet. Internet's been really sparse and very hard to find, and when we do find it, it's expensive to hook up for the day, and we're having hard times doing the simple things like paying bills and uploading videos to you guys. So Carrie went ahead and ordered this thing. They're not cheap. This was probably around the high. It was $580, I think, something like that. So it was definitely an investment, one that's not to be taken lightly. It comes in this pretty fancy little box here. It comes in like 30 different languages, the instructions do. So they're delivering these all over the world, guys. I don't know what to think about Starlink. If you know about it, it's Elon Musk, one of his inventions, piled on another 40,000 satellites to join all those other satellites that are up there. And, you know, if you ask me, it's probably all military eventually. Elon Musk sent a bunch of these over to the Ukraine. Don't know what to think about that one either. But yeah, let's not go into politics. We live about an hour away from most any town, and our driveway to our community is 7 miles long, and then we have a quarter-mile long driveway on our own property. So we have no internet out there. We're going to need internet. This is the RV model, but I believe that it could probably be hooked up on your roof and turned into a regular Wi-Fi connection. But supposedly it's going to deliver 5G. So you want to keep this thing far away from your skull, I believe. Otherwise, you'll grow a third head out of your shoulder and back and start mutating your cells at the micro level. Anyhow, so I already took it out of the box, and this thing here, this is the receiver. So you'd put this up on your RV or out in the front on the ground somehow. But I had plugged it in for a few minutes and the thing started moving by itself, so I'm already sketched out. Even triple is so as I was already sketched out with Starlink. But this thing, I guess, will sync with those orbiting satellites, the ones that weren't taken out by the solar rays. And then there's this other little component that goes inside your RV right there, the white thing in the middle. Starlink, it will help us with any internet in general would help us greatly. And being with our community, our online community, you know how vital that can be, living out on your own on a homestead. Community is everything, so having internet is going to be vital out there. It's not 100% necessary. I mean, if SHTF ever happens and internet goes down, you know, it will be a global thing, right? My dogs agree. But if it ever goes down, if internet ever goes down, there's going to be bigger things going on than us not getting internet, you know. It's going to be a lot greater things going on. So, anyhow, in the meantime, while we're all safe in bed and living the comforts of this temporary society that we all dwell in right now, internet is vital, and we'll be able to like contact contractors, find which stores have the sales, be able to find out which stores have supplies still, and just communication in general, you know. Carrie likes to do the Facebook. Me, I pretty much just stick to YouTube. I like to watch videos once in a while, and this will help us continue that, but it'll be a little more reliable because it's our own Wi-Fi server, you know, basically. Yeah, so when Carrie gets back, she went out to have lunch with her mother. When she gets back, we will probably configure the Wi-Fi settings and see how well this little trinketry works for us, and whether we'll suggest it for you. So as you all know, we're doing an off-grid channel, but we're also traveling, so we still have a couple more videos to put out there about traveling. But our initial thoughts on Oregon and Washington.
So yeah, I grew up in Washington, like for my first 30 years. So, and I've also lived for a short bit in Idaho, but Washington is absolutely beautiful when the sun shines. It's beautiful when the sun doesn't shine too, but it very rarely does shine. And we came off of our travels through Utah and Arizona, and we got up to like Nevada and Washington and Oregon. It was just raining and cold. We were down into like the 50s and 60s and 30s and 40s at night, and it was kind of a shock to the system after all the hot weather hiking we've been doing.
Yeah, it went from 100 degrees to, I think it never got past like 56 degrees the whole time. Yeah. And we were in like the rainforest in Oregon, and the trees are beautiful and the area is just lush as all heck.
Yeah.
But with those really cool things like that, you have to have something offsetting it. So it's definitely the rain, and it's the torrential rains. Carrie said she was born and raised out here. Well, I was also born and raised out here too, and I lived like 13 years in Washington State, and so I know about the rain, and I really was having some nostalgic moments of my childhood out there in Washington with the constant rain. It's not rain like in Colorado where it lasts for, 10 minutes and then it's all done with. No, these are the rains that last all night long, and I kind of slept like a baby.
Yeah, it did. I forgot after, I haven't lived there for, I'm going to give my age away, but I haven't lived there for, it's been 16 or 18 years. And I just forgot how dark it was. It's just dark. The sky is cloudy most of the time, and I don't know, it was hard. I would have a really hard time moving back, I think, because of the dark weather. And we've both felt like we just wanted to sleep. We just wanted to take naps, and we weren't motivated. I don't remember feeling like that when I lived here, when I lived in that area, but I don't know, I just really noticed it, I think, after living in the Colorado sunshine for so long.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's beautiful, and I was reminiscing over it. I also couldn't move back, but I was thinking, as a homesteader or a prepper, like, you have everything going for you in that state. It's you got your water, you have your lumber, your timber, your food, you have seafood, you have game,
Berries.
you have berries, you have everything except the laws going for you.
Yeah.
So the state of Washington, I'm sure they're really hard on people who try to go off grid. I'm not sure if any of you are from that state. Let us know in the comments below. But we're just going on assumptions, because when we did our research, we found that Arizona and parts of New Mexico and that are really some of the only places that you can truly off grid, like 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have experience with that, or if you've researched that area, we'd love to hear your comments. One of the goals for this trip was to drive down the entire length of the mainland west coast of the United States. Doug has done the East Coast, and he wanted to do the West Coast, and he'd never been to California, so we're heading in that direction. But there's definitely, Washington beaches are maybe not what you would picture as a typical beach, like what you might see, in California or Florida or Mexico. They're definitely more gray, and they're pretty. They're just not, like, you're not going to want to go swimming there or lay out and get a tan.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. You have large amounts of trees, super dark, thick woods, and the beaches to me are beautiful. They're just not not everybody likes those type of beaches, but I think they're rugged, and they remind me of like pirate times and stuff like that, rough coast, no beaches really. But then we went through Oregon, right? And the beaches so far have been just amazing, like
so pretty.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Rocks jetting out. You'll see in the videos, rocks jetting out, kind of that turquoise color. And the sun's been coming out increasingly each day we've been in this state. And it seems like the farther south we're going, the sun peaks out a little bit more each day. And now that we're in the southern part of the state, the sun's out completely, and we're already at 69 degrees. So we're out of that 56 degree miserable kind of, it was kind of a setback driving from Utah up to Washington, because it almost like drove us back to the middle of winter time for us in Colorado.
Yeah.
So,
hey, Willow.
now we're coming back out.
Yeah.
And we're going to be going into California. We're going to publish this video. It is coming to a conclusion, so we will be doing our next video on entirely the state of California.
Oh, she's going to be so tired in the car.
From the top of the state
so
to
cute. Then we have Zoey.
Probably San Diego.
Zoey's not quite sure what to do about the waves.
Highway 15.
If we can afford the gas.
If we can afford the gas. We've already started
right
also noticing the weather's getting better, but the gas prices are also hiking up, and I heard that it's $10 a gallon in LA and stuff like that. So we're averaging about 80 bucks right now a tank of gas, and we're only getting like 150 miles off a full tank. So do the math. We're like in the hole already for gas money, but there's no shortcuts back to Arizona from here, so you just gotta keep on continuing.
Oh, Zoey.
We hope that you guys like this video.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.